booms that reach 56 feet with a 10,000-pound capacity. 2 locations, North and South Parkway. Check them out today.
SportsMed is the official team physicians of the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And if the pros trust SportsMed, you can too. SportsMed provides every service you might need for complete orthopedic care, specializing in orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, joint replacement, spine surgery, neurosurgery, and podiatry. And they offer their own brace shop, in-house full-body MRI, physical therapy, walk-in clinic, and so much more. 4 locations and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com.
I'm here with Thomas from Talent Heating and Air. With the temperatures going up, now is a good time to get your heating and air system looked at. Thomas, when somebody calls, you guys answer.
That's right. The phones are staffed by us. They're manned 24/7. We're ready to come out and take care of you that day.
How do they give you guys a call?
You give us a call at 256-503-4490.
And you can find you guys on the World Wide Web at
talenthvac.com.
And now is a good time to do this because you guys are offering a special deal.
That's right. We're doing $49 tune-ups this spring. We're also doing free second opinions. We offer that year-round. Somebody comes out, they say you got a bag compressor or a leaking refrigerant. Give us a call, see if we can save you some money.
Thomas from Talent Heating and Air. Thomas, one more time, that phone number.
256-503-4490. AL certain number 21014.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the Tom Abraham Show is brought to you by my friends at Valley Equipment Rental. You know, we've talked about what they can do for you, the homeowner, but, you know, how about the contractors? Let me talk to those guys for a minute. You know, they got some huge excavators over there. I'm talking about into 30 to 50,000 pound range. They've got the dozers up to 105 horsepower. That's a big dozer. And they got more lifts than anyone around, including the 80-foot booms that reach 56 feet with a 10,000 pound capacity. They've got 2 locations. Check them out. Valley Equipment Rental. And welcome in, Tom Abraham Show. Oh, glad that you are with us. I'm getting questions about the DFL. Yeah, it's too soon to talk about the DFL. But there will be a DFL, Doghouse Fantasy League. I'm working on a couple of things with that. One, the location is pretty much nailed down. And we've added a really nice prize to the prize package for winning the DFL. What I'm trying to do is I'm messing around. It's always been a live draft. Always been a live draft. The point of the live draft is to get people to the restaurant where we do it, okay? And have that camaraderie and have everybody together and so on. I'm playing around with the idea of, do we have a division or do we have something as well for people that can't physically be there? Especially now with the show back on in Nashville and so on. Do we have a DFL online division, you know, as well? I don't want to take away from people coming out, though, because our sponsor's putting up a really nice prize. And I'll be giving you that information, you know, soon. Typically, it's the last Friday or Thursday. It's the last Thursday in August. It'll be then, okay? So Kramer, you know, tell Hollywood, just chill, okay? We're a month away from the DFL. Now we got a little time before we get to that.
I just need to know when I'm getting my ring. Do I need to get sized? Do I need to go somewhere? Like,
did you win?
Yes.
Did you win?
I dominated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Grumpy's the keeper of the rings, so we'll and I know he's on the line, so we're gonna have to ask him about how we're doing with that. So we'll get him in there as well. All right, let's get to the line. So in order of the longest wait, we start with Brandon. Brandon, welcome to the show. How are you? Is he doing it again?
I think he is doing it again.
This again. Brandon, are you doing this again? Brandon. Let me ask you a question, Joe. Can you put Brandon back on hold, or do you, like, once you put him on, that's it? We're done.
We're about to find out.
All right. Let's take Grumpy then. I mean, that happened yesterday with Brandon, didn't it?
Yeah,
Brandon
that happened yesterday with him.
Yeah, we went to him, and he was not there. Yeah.
Tom, we've made it almost through the dry season here. All those calls from Dan without talking about sports and
Tom, you and I are gonna hang out in 3 days. What are we doing over here? Is this we doing that?
Yeah. We're gonna go. Got driving my my Mustang around, my 74 Mustang or whatever it is. Yeah.
Am I on?
Yeah.
We were having a Dan conversation.
We're just chiming in on your Dan conversation.
The guy wanted me to pray for sciatica, man. When I pray at night, I pray for peace in Gaza, peace in Ukraine, and Wolverine Dan's sciatica, man.
Yeah.
But I know that God answers small prayers, because the last 2 times you went to Brandon, he wasn't there.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on? Have you ordered rings yet from last year for our champions?
I've got the jewelers making them now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. These are heavy duty.
I'll get everybody's ring size there. But I called in to do this trifecta, man. I'm excited about it. So I'll go Texas over.
Fired up. All right. So you're going to take Texas over 9.5. Over 9.5.
I don't know what that was all about, but I will tell you this: don't mess with Texas.
Texas wins it all next year, man. I think we're going to regret getting Texas in the SEC. Let me also say that there's no audio on the YouTube channel, and then
I think we got that. That straightened out, right, Joe?
Okay,
Joe,
cool.
You think you got it straightened out?
Yeah, that's been straightened out because I've already checked it.
Okay.
All right, good, man.
But thank you.
It. And then also Georgia, man, over
9.5. Yeah, over 9.5 for Georgia. All right, so they're going to take Georgia over 9.5. All right, Alabama is at 9.5.
Well, we'll see if he answers small prayers, because I'm going to go under.
You're going to take under on Alabama.
I don't have anything else to say about it. Yeah. So don't ask.
Who would be the 3 that you think that? So they're at Georgia. That's their toughest game of the year. They got Tennessee at home. They're at South Carolina. They got LSU at home. They've got
Georgia,
Florida State. Who do you think where are they getting tripped up?
I think that Georgia and LSU, both of those, and then I honestly, man, I don't. I guess I like being a hater. I was going to say I don't want to be a hater, but I think you just trip up another one like Vandy last year.
Or at Missouri could be tricky.
Yeah.
That could be tricky at Missouri.
Yeah, I just don't believe in. I don't believe your coach has the magic dust, man.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. All right, and then Georgia is tough to go. You got Georgia over. It's tough to find. They go 10-2, and you're a winner with the over. They're at Tennessee. They got Alabama at home, and they've got Texas. And now I have Georgia at 10-2 because I have them getting upset at Tennessee, and then I have them losing to Texas. But that Texas game is at home, but that's still an over. As long as they beat Alabama.
Texas. And speaking of magic dust, I heard Hugh Freeze had some really good magic dust.
Oh yeah, he's got some dust. All right.
Yeah.
And Tennessee is at 8.5.
I'll go over, man.
Going to go over.
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, man.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Appreciate it, man.
Gotcha.
Hey,
right.
I hope Paulie calls, man. Thanks, man.
Yeah. Yeah, Paulie, we're doing a trifecta. You need to get in. Paulie. All right, Joe, do you want to give it a shot and see if we can go back to Brandon or not?
Brandon, you there?
Brandon.
Roll Tide.
What happened, man? What were you doing again? Is this a new thing now? Every day we go to you and you're not there, or what?
I apologize. I've been in Mentone, and the reception in here is in and out.
Oh, okay. Oh, where's that? Mentone? Up there on the mountain?
Yep.
That's a beautiful place.
Beautiful view this morning.
That is
got to get up close with Yogi Bear this morning.
There's a restaurant that's right at the top of the hill there in Mentone that is really cool. Little old school kind of joint. Looks like a grocery almost.
Yep, right by the post office. I know exactly where you're talking
right by
about.
the post office. Yeah.
You were talking about Hulk Hogan and the body slam of Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
To me, Hulk Hogan holds 2 of the biggest moments ever in wrestling. And in the modern area, July of, I think it was 96, Bash at the Beach, the third man, that was a big deal. That was the comeback of his career.
Yeah, that was the night NWO was formed.
Yes,
that's when he flipped. Is that when he flipped?
Wrestling,
yeah.
That set the world on fire. Like, I don't know if anybody's ever had that big of a comeback in their wrestling career like he had when he did that. When he came out as the third man, that was marketing genius.
The only thing that's ever been comparable to that through wrestling history actually happened this year, and that was when John Cena went heel. Outside of that, that's the only thing that has ever been put in the same sentence as what you're talking about.
Why would John Cena want to end his career as a heel?
He's not. He's just doing things until he's just trying some stuff. It's really not working out too well.
Yeah, no, we weren't buying John
I can hear Joe's daughter now saying, "Who's the third man?"
Yeah.
Oh, she would be. I want to know who third man is. She had her face painted up like Sting. She would have been absolutely all over it.
Let me tell you another one I watched last night. And this was right about that transition. I didn't understand it 100% because I forgot a lot about it. But I mean, it was during the time I was a fan. I watched The Rock and Booker T with Shane. Why did Shane McMahon own the WCW and then his father owned the WWF or something? And then Booker T was the WWF champion or something. And then or the WCW champion or whatever, and then Rock pinned him in the middle of the ring, and then Rock becomes the WCW. So at some point in time, obviously they were doing things together, WCW and WWF.
Well, no, it was all a storyline. I want to say that was Invasion 2001, and that was
2002.
Yeah, 2002. So what happened is WWE actually purchased. That's what I was talking about yesterday with the $1,000 or the $1 million. And on the very last night of Nitro, the storyline at the very end of the show was that, yes, McMahon and WWE did purchase WCW, but it was actually Shane that purchased it, not Vince. And so Shane was the head, quote unquote, of WCW. And so they started it like that. It was a horrible storyline.
He took a couple of big time slams though out on the, I know it's padded out there too, but not like the way it's padded in the ring. I mean, that was physical. I mean, there was a couple. I mean, you can't fake that. I mean, it was like he was slammed down on his back twice. He got that. He got hammered. All right, Brandon. Do you want to jump in on this future factor?
Sure, I'll jump in on the third man factor.
The third man what? Third man factor. Third man factor. All right. Texas over under 9.5.
I'll go over.
You don't buy a Lincoln because it makes sense. You do it because you love it, or because you're an Uber driver.
Georgia over or under 9.5.
Under.
Georgia's got pretty good players.
Alabama over or under 9.5.
Over.
Sweet home Alabama.
Nick Saban singing Sweet Home. Tennessee over or under 8.5.
Under.
I can assure you that the gap is closing.
All right, brother, we got you in.
Roll Tide, gentlemen.
And when you look at Tennessee, okay, you say it's 8.5. So the swing games, Georgia at home. You've got Alabama at Alabama. You've got Oklahoma at home. You've got at Florida. And that's assuming that you're going to beat Arkansas, which you will. And that's assuming that you beat Syracuse week 1, which is, it's not a no-brainer. It's not a no. And you got to go to Kentucky, which has really gotten down again. And you beat Vandy at home. I got them rated 8-4. I got them rated 8-4, 9-3, 8-4. I mean, the number's right at 8.5. That's for sure. My cousin Vinny is up next. Vincenzo, welcome in. How are you?
I am well, Tom. Thanks for taking my call. Real quick.
Sorry that we didn't get you last night. Was it yesterday? Did we not get you yesterday? I didn't get you yesterday. I'm sorry about that.
Well, that's all right. Nothing personal, Tom. They're all interested in the UFL. So, but anyway, The other day, real quick, and I don't want to get grumpy angry because we want to get as many people in as we can. But real quick, the other day you were mentioning about WNBA wearing those shirts about pay me what you owe me.
Yeah, pay me what you owe me, which would be zero if it was a net deal.
Well, actually, I did some math, and for you Tennessee fans, that I did some ciphering, and there's 144 players in the WNBA. In 2024, they lost $40 million.
Yeah.
So right off the top of my head, it tells me that for every player they went in debt, they lost $277,777.78.
There you go.
So they should all write a check to the owners of the league for $270,000. That's my opinion.
Did you just take a shot at Joe? Did he just say for the Tennessee fans that are listening, I'll do the math for them? For those listening in Tennessee?
He did.
I think he just slipped that in, didn't he? Didn't he just take a little shot, slip that in? I think that's what he did.
Yeah, I said for Tennessee fans, we'll call it ciphering.
All right, so you're not saying for fans in Tennessee. You're not saying you're not disparaging every listener in Tennessee. You're it's just the Tennessee fans, which could be anywhere. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
So,
I understand.
Anyway, I went into my boss's office the other day, had a shirt on that said, pay me what you owe me. He gave me a bill for $50,000.
There you go.
A bill for $50,000 on no respect. Anyway, that's all I have to say. I will text you in my text.
Okay.
That way somebody else can get on. Thanks for taking my call. I appreciate it.
Good job, buddy. That's what I said. Yeah. I mean, I don't understand it. Let me tell you something else I don't understand. Joe, I'll just throw this out because there is an MLS team in that's Major League Soccer. There is an MLS team in Nashville, right? They're maybe the best team in the MLS right now. But I don't know if you've heard this, Joe, in your show prep and everything for your show that you do. I think they're insane. They're looking at moving their season to the fall. Right now, soccer season, in case you didn't know, those who don't pay attention to it, MLS season is a spring-summer thing, okay? It's baseball season. MLS is in the summer, okay? Spring, fall. They're talking about moving to the fall through spring timing, which would match up MLS with global soccer, including the big 5 European leagues, the Premier League, Spain, Germany, Italy, France, all those leagues. And then they could participate more fully in a player transfer window and boost the league's international standing commercially and competitively. You're in the United States, okay? You're going to move your league from a time that you compete with only baseball. You want to move your league to where you could compete with football, the NBA, the NHL, college basketball, college football. I mean, if you think nobody's paying attention now, if the MLS was in a fall to winter season, I mean, Joe, are you kidding me? I mean, I know we don't really pay attention anyway, but still, I mean, you got a shot in the summer, don't you? You got a shot. Oh, gosh, there's no baseball game I want to watch. Maybe I'll stumble into a soccer game. But you're going to go during basketball, hockey, football, basketball season? You kidding me?
And I do have a lot of friends over at Nashville SC, and this all has to do with the fact that during that time period in which they are right now, during that time period, they have to pause their season all the time so that their players that play in MLS can go and play in these tournaments. And so they have literally no momentum whatsoever. It's we're playing for a week and hey, we're off for 3 weeks. Oh, we're playing for a week and then we're off for a month. And then we're doing this. It's way too much stop and go, where if they moved it to that season, then they would be able to have more of a continuous schedule. And they don't play a lot of their games at the exact same times as you would see. Now, the biggest thing for MLS, especially in Nashville, would be that they do have a lot of Saturday games, which obviously would play a part into it with Vanderbilt because in the Vols because of that. But that the thought is that you would have a more consistent season where you can have it, keep the momentum going a lot more, and it's a lot easier to do that compared to what they do now.
Yeah. Okay. Nobody is going to watch it. I mean, nobody's going to watch. That's good. Go ahead and line up. All right. Go ahead and line up over there. You average 21,000 a game now. all across the league, you'll be at about 11,000. I mean, just cut that almost in half. Just cut it right in half. That's a dumb idea. Don't do that. That's a dumb idea. All right, let's get a break. We'll come back and wrap up hour number 1 and set you up for hour number 2 next, right here in the Thom Abraham Show.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show with Joe Hunk on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
Atlanta Braves today on the road to the Texas Rangers open up a weekend series at Globe Life Field. Joey Wentz on the mound for Atlanta, $1.42 underdog. Nathan Eovaldi with the Rangers, he's the $1.73 favorite, 8 flat the total. The NASCAR weekend in Indianapolis gets underway with a truck race tonight at Lucas Oil Raceway. It's Ty Majeski and Corey Heim, the plus 240 co-favorites. Kyle Larson plus 135 to win the Xfinity Series race tomorrow. Larson and Denny Hamlin are the 5-1 co-favorites to win Sunday's Brickyard 400. Ryan Blaney plus 750. William Byron plus 850.
For more, go to VSIN.com. Mike Sennett, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
I'm here with Thomas from Talent Heating and Air. With the temperatures going up, now is a good time to get your heating and air system looked at. Thomas, when somebody calls, you guys answer.
That's right. The phones are staffed by us. They're manned 24/7. We're ready to come out and take care of you that day.
How do they give you guys a call?
You give us a call at 256-503-4490.
And you can find you guys on the World Wide Web at
TalentHVAC.com.
And now is a good time to do this because you guys are offering a special deal.
That's right. We're doing $49 tune-ups this spring. We're also doing free second opinions. We offer that year-round. Somebody comes out, they say you got a bag compressor or leaking refrigerant. Give us a call, see if we can save you some money.
Thomas from Talent Heating and Air. Thomas, one more time, that phone number.
256-503-4490. AL certain number 21014.
There's a lot of talk these days about who's the biggest. I'm attorney Gary Lackey. Bigger doesn't equal better.
I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. We know we're not the biggest. We don't want to be.
I'm attorney Justin Lackey. We're big enough to handle your case and get you the help you need.
But small enough to welcome you. Where you're never just a number, you're part of our family.
The Lackey Law Firm. 1-800-4RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve. And we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing. We have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates. Residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Your Fox 54 weather brought to you by Tellini's Italiano.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly to partly sunny sky this afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the low and mid-90s. A couple of isolated, widely scattered showers and thunderstorms are going to be possible, but I also think the vast majority of us are going to end up staying dry. We drop into the mid-70s through the overnight. Much the same for your Friday. A mostly to partly sunny sky. Temperatures climbing into the low 90s. A couple of isolated, widely scattered showers and thunderstorms.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the show is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford's award-winning service department for the routine checkups to keep your Ford or other brand in working order. But they can also take care of bigger problems as well because they got expert service technicians down there, and they're going to quickly diagnose your problem and use state-of-the-art tools to get it resolved. They also have a great mobile service where they can come out to you. You need to check it all out. You need to make an appointment today. Do it at WoodyAndersonFord.com. That's WoodyAndersonFord.com. And welcome back, Thom Abraham Show. Something in my eye there, Joe. I don't know what it was. By the way, I have a story that I'm sitting on regarding college football rivalries and the greatest college football rivalries as voted on by the fans. I've been sitting on this story for a while. It's evergreen. It'll be good all throughout August. I want to do it with David Moulton at some point in time because he's been to a number of Army-Navy games. And for the most part, the Army-Navy game is coming in third behind the Ohio State-Michigan game and the Iron Bowl. But I don't know. It almost just feels like the Army-Navy game is a different category. All right, coming up, Anthony Herron from the Big Ten Network. He's next, right here on the Thom Abraham Show.
This is Steve Moulton for Tellini's Italiano. Tellini's Italiano is located right in front of the Walmart, right off of University, behind the McDonald's. More or less catty corner from Topgolf. It's one of my favorite places to go to, and if you go there, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you need to try the baked spaghetti, add a meatball. Also try the baked ziti with meat sauce, add sausage. You'll thank me. Save room for some pizzas and paninis as well. And don't forget about dessert as well. The best cheesecake I have had here in North Alabama is at Tellini's Italiano. Find out for yourself today. That's Tellini's Italiano, right off of University Drive in front of the Walmart. Located online at Tellinis.com. That's TELLINIS.com. Let's get some Tellini's tonight.
Flying nonstop from Huntsville is a breeze on Breeze Airways. They're nice people flying nice people to nice places on really nice planes. Let's be direct. Nonstop from Huntsville to the places you want to go. Las Vegas, Orlando, or Tampa starting at $49. It's time for a weekend getaway or a long overdue week away. Time to check in using the convenient Breeze app and check out. What are you waiting for? Book today at flybreeze.com. That's flybreeze.com. Breeze Airways. Seriously nice.
Thom Abraham here for my friends at Your Home Window Company. When it comes to replacement windows, exterior doors, or new window screens, Your Home Window is the answer anywhere in Huntsville, Athens, Decatur, or Hartselle. Your Home Window windows and doors are made here in the USA and come with a lifetime warranty. When replacing those old windows or doors, Your Home Window has the solution for you. In-home estimates are always free and financing is available. Learn more at yourhomewindow.com and see clearly with Your Home Window. Visit yourhomewindow.com to make an appointment today.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Jets quarterback Justin Fields back at practice today, but not participating in team or individual drills. He was carted off the field yesterday with a dislocated toe. Fields seemed to have avoided a serious injury. The Jets said yesterday he would not miss significant time and is considered day-to-day. A source told ESPN Fields is expected to be ready for Week 1 against the Steelers. Veteran Tyrod Taylor runs the Jets offense while Fields is out. One day after his trade from Arizona in the first move ahead of Thursday's MLB trade deadline, first baseman Josh Naylor could make his Seattle debut tonight against the Angels. Mariners are 5 back of Houston in the AL West and are up a half game on Boston for the second AL wildcard spot. Kansas basketball coach Bill Self expected to be released from the hospital soon. He was hospitalized yesterday, had 2 stents inserted after experiencing some concerning symptoms.
You need to be more like a dog. Like what you guys are doing. You've got your fingertip on the pulse of your listeners. You guys know what they're talking about. Be a dog. God bless the show. You are the Messiah. We need more dogs. This is the best show on radio.
The big dog, Thom Abraham, is here with you.
Hey, I see you. I see you, dog.
So settle in and get your bark on. That's my dog. Now live. Here he is. The big dog, Thom Abraham.
How you doing? Look, I don't speak Spanish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
Do you know who I am?
I mean, that guy sounds like El McPherson farting into Miles Davis' trumpet.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond? Get off my...
I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here.
And welcome back. Hour number 2 of the Thom Abraham Show on a Football Friday in the Doghouse. So glad that you are with us today. And, of course, we do have our future factor going on, and we'll get back to that in a little bit. You want to jump on board, and we've got win totals for 4 teams in the SEC. We'll have 4 more in the SEC next week. The following week, by the way, next week it'll be on Thursday because we're blocked on Friday due to the Braves game. And then on the following week, we'll get 4 other teams in there, probably 2 from the Big Ten, 1 from the ACC and Notre Dame, something like that. And we'll continue on right up until toe meets leather. All right, joining us now, the weary traveler, flying back this morning from Vegas, where Big Ten Media Days was, joining us on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline from the Big Ten Network and all things Big Ten, including the Chicago Bears in the NFL, where he works covering them as well. It is the one and the only Anthony Herron. Big Ant, welcome in. How are you?
Big diggity. My body clock is out of whack right now. We got back from France less than a week ago, flew back home to Chicago from France last Saturday, and then got up Monday and flew to Vegas for Big Ten Football Media Day. So I went from French time to Chicago time to Vegas time, and now I took the red eye, flew overnight, got back home this morning. I'm back on Chicago time. So at some point this weekend, I will attempt to catch up on some sleep, but not before I get to chop it up with you a bit.
Yeah, but that was the only reason you took the red eye, was so that you could be on the show here, right? And and join us. Right? Yeah, I mean that was the deal. Otherwise, you'd have hung out. And, listen, they might as well have had the Big Ten Media Days in France, according to James Franklin. Anyway, I mean, goodness gracious Almighty, what is up with this Vegas thing? Now, I say that 2 years ago, we had to go to Dallas for SEC Media Days because they capitulated for, the Longhorns and Oklahoma coming into the league. And then this year was like, yeah, enough of that. We're going to Atlanta. You think they stay in Big Ten country real Big Ten country next year? Or, I mean, they might as well have gone all the way to L.A. I mean, why not? I mean, it was, what was the deal with that?
Yeah, that did surprise me a little bit. I figured if they're going to go west, then why not pick one of the actual West Coast schools? You had 2 LA options there. You could say we go to Los Angeles. When I used to go out west for Pac-12 media days, they do it on like the lot of some movie studio somewhere. And it was kind of a cool experience. Go out there, wherever it was, Paramount or MJ. I don't know. They picked some movie studio. We do it outdoors somewhere. And of course, weather was great. A lot of beautiful people out there representing the Pac-12. It'll be a good time. I figured that was going to be the Big Ten's move to head west, but you got 4 teams, 3 different locales: L.A., Eugene, Seattle. I guess they figured Vegas, especially since several other conferences have done Vegas in recent years, and I guess they figured that would at least be kind of a hub that everybody could go to. And when it comes down to it, most folks don't mind a trip to Vegas here or there.
Yeah, I don't remember them, though. I mean, if I'm Maryland or Rutgers or Penn State, I don't remember them going to the Eastern time zone when those teams came in, right? I mean, they're like, hey, you come to us. If I'm Rutgers, I'm like, yeah, when are you coming to New York City for Big Ten Media Days?
Yeah, right. I mean, at least to get over there, maybe do it at MSG, kind of book up Madison Square Garden.
Right, yeah.
Boston doesn't have a performance going on, maybe. I don't know. Next time Billy Joel actually lets that place, let somebody else go in there for something. But, yeah, you certainly have options in the Eastern time zone, too. But, I mean, it was different, but it was a good time. And I mean, you remember my arena football past, of course, as a player and a coach, and then as an executive. And we used to have league meetings there pretty frequently when the AFL, turned over its senior executive branch. I used to go to Vegas for whether it was for game broadcasts or even as a player playing games out there. And then as an executive, go there for league meetings. So the last time I'd been to Vegas was a decade ago when I was still an executive with the Arena Football League. So it had been a minute, frankly, because Vegas for me just started turning into work. So it was nice from that perspective for me personally, just in my little me cloud right now. It's been a decade, been long enough where I actually felt up for a trip to Vegas, hit the tables just enough to enjoy myself and walk away with more than I could show up with. So, I mean, it was nice to do that, play a little blackjack and talk to all the players and coaches from around the conference. And Vegas hadn't changed much. It is a big and majestic and just a stimulus-inducing place as you could ever hope to go.
Yeah, well, Tony Petitti's doing a little gambling, thinking he can push through this, this playoff system that he wants. At first blush, when they started talking about 4 automatic qualifiers from the SEC and the Big Ten, and then the thought of that, 3v6, 4v5 playing game into the playoff, it kind of sounded cool. It'd be like, what a day that would be. You know what I mean? Then you start backing up and you say, well, wait a minute. We're talking about 8 and 4 teams getting in there possibly. We're talking about a 6 and 3 team from the Big Ten and a Big Ten record. And no disrespect to your alma mater. I mean, Iowa, which was never ranked in the top 25 last year, they were talking about Iowa would have been having a shot to get into the playoff at 8 and 4, 6 and 3 in the Big Ten. We don't really want that, do we? I mean, do we really want that?
The conversation with Tony Petitti, because he hasn't been as out there in the media as Greg Sankey or even Jim Phillips with the ACC, Brett Yormark, Big 12. The other commissioners, especially Greg Sankey, tend to spend more time getting interviewed and being in the media. So Big Ten Football Media Days was the most recent opportunity. He's done the commissioner of the Big Ten, Tony Petitti. He's done a couple of podcasts lately, but it was his most public and most robust opportunity to discuss his and the Big Ten's position on this thing. And, I do my Big Ten radio show every morning on Sirius XM channel 372. I've had a lot of questions about this, just the idea of, frankly, the Big Ten and the SEC. If you expand this beyond 12 to 14 or 16, if they each got 4 automatically into the field, so you're just guaranteeing them at least 50%, if not more than half the field, depending on how far this expands, without even having to look at them and evaluate which teams have played what. I've taken issue with that. So it was good to be able to talk to Tony Petitti about it. He joined us on the set on Wednesday, had a bunch of questions for him. And he did raise a couple of points that I hadn't really thought about it from the perspective. Of course, the big one, chief amongst them, was the difference in data points between the Big Ten and their 9 conference games and the majority of the conference also playing another power conference opponent beyond that, and comparing that with the SEC playing their 8 conference games. And not just the SEC, the ACC playing their 8 conference games as well. So the data points at the end of this thing, he's not saying the Big Ten's not, has like 10 toes down, no doubt, on the whole, 4 AQ for the Big Ten and the SEC. But he's looking for some horse trading if he's going to move off of that position.
Yeah. Well, and if they want to say, okay, if they want to try and lean on the SEC to play 9, then the SEC needs to lean back and say, okay, we'll play 9, but you all got to play at least one Power 4 conference, non-conference game. You got 6 teams, including my beloved James Franklin's Penn State team, which is a national title contender, not playing a Power 4 non-conference game, and that's no good either. So it's got to be, okay, we'll play 9, you play 9, but we all play at least 10 Power 4 conference games, because everybody in the AC and the SEC is doing that, and only I think there are 6 Big Ten teams that aren't doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be completely fine with that. Just a total of 10, where you say everybody's going to have 10 Power Conference games on the schedule. I wouldn't have any issue with that at all. I mean, like you mentioned, there are 6, so the majority of the 18-team conference, there's 12 out of the 18 Big Ten teams that do that. I was struck talking to Lincoln Riley. It was just yesterday. Lincoln Riley was with us on set, and just thinking about USC's schedule. Well, this is going to be the first time in the history of USC Trojans football that they play an FCS opponent. It's just not something USC does, not something Notre Dame does either. But when Lincoln Riley is helping to plot out what the future of USC schedule is going to look like, of course, you do have the considerations of the depth and the talent of the Big Ten, the travel associated with how they operate as well, but then the fact that annually they've played Notre Dame historically. So then you got 9 Big Ten games and Notre Dame, the team that was the national runner-up last season. There's no reason to think they're not going to continue to be elite while Marcus Freeman is coaching them. So the motivation level for USC to keep playing Notre Dame when there's already 9 Big Ten games that they're facing here, his point is, I love competition. I'm all for it. But the deal right now with the way it's situated, it benefits Notre Dame to play us a lot more than it been, from USC's perspective, benefits Notre Dame a lot more to play the Trojans than it does USC to face the Irish. My Hawkeye. No one's talking about them as a national.
It doesn't have to be
contender.
It doesn't have to be an FCS team, though. I mean, why can't they play at least why can't they at least play group of 6, in their non-conference games? They got to keep the Notre Dame game. That's just it. It's just like Florida is going to play Florida State every year. This year they're playing Florida State in Miami. Alabama's playing Florida State in Wisconsin. You're USC, for God's sakes. You're going to play a tough schedule.
Well,
that's just the way it is.
Sounds good, but if it knocks you out of a national championship game possibility just because you're playing Notre Dame based off history, then you want everyone to have the same sort of comparison, have the same degree of data points at the end of this thing. And that was what a lot of the Big Ten coaches were coming back to as I talked to them over the last few days. If the SEC is coming up to 9, then it's gravy. Or if for some reason, which the Big Ten isn't about to back down from 8 because they got a lot of money that's coming from Fox and NBC and CBS, so they're not about to go back to 8 conference games. But if it were just even, where everybody's got the same amount of power conference opponents, and there were several comments about the whole FCS games in November thing that it's certainly been a drum I've been banging for a while here too, where you're effectively scheduling another bye week before rivalry game. Just get the schedules to be more congruent. If everybody's doing 9 conference games and you want to say, add another power conference opponent to its 10th game, like I was in a position where they have to do that because the Hawkeyes' main rival, there's a bunch of trophy games in the Big Ten. I loved hoisting Florida Rosedale when I was playing for the Hawks, but the in-state rival Iowa State in the Big 12, that's really Iowa's biggest rival, is that in-state battle with the Cyclones. That's a 10th power conference opponent right there for Iowa on an annual basis. So the majority of the Big Ten is in that position already where they're going to do that on an annual basis anyway. So the thought is, let's just get the SEC in the same position. And I'll say this, Tom, I actually believe the 9th conference game, when you think about teams last season like South Carolina, Ole Miss, Alabama, they're squads who felt like they had a great case for the playoff. And yes, there were some disappointing losses that ended up keeping them out within the committee's perception of everything. But think about if there were one more SEC game available to them to negate some of the embarrassing losses that end up knocking those squads out of the playoff consideration. I really think the paradigm needs to shift on that, because the 8 games, the SEC said that should be enough. Our strength of schedule is great. But if the 9th game is there, that gives those teams an additional opportunity to make their playoff case.
And I get that. With all due respect, though, does it feel like, hey, Indiana played 9, but their 7, 8, and 9 is not like an SEC 7, 8, and 9. At least not right now. I know there's ebb and flow, but come on. I mean, the depth of the leagues is different.
Indiana
right?
played Michigan and Washington last season. Now, it happened to be a season, and to be clear, both those squads made a bowl game last year, but they were each in the national championship game the year before. So those are fantastic programs. They
There's
just
a couple of
happened
good
to
games,
catch in what was a down year for Michigan and Washington. And again, they both made a bowl. Now, yes, there was the non-conference is what it is for Indiana. It's not an impressive non-conference schedule, but the Hoosiers were blowing the doors off people all season last year. So I think, you hear Lane Kiffin talk about it. Some other coaches say, well, we want to get the 12 best teams in. What does best teams mean, though? Is it just about the guys who look the most impressive on the hoof, or is it a team who maybe their peak performance from the season was the most impressive singular game? Or are we really looking at the full 12 games these squads played throughout the regular season and seeing whose team performed at football the best throughout the entire scope of the year? That to me, where when we have the conversation about best versus most deserving, yeah, Lane Kiffin can say, well, my Ole Miss team was more talented than that other one. But if they didn't show up in a quarter of the games that year, then they didn't earn their way into the playoffs.
No doubt. No doubt. I mean, that was always like when people talked about Alabama, I said all along, I said, all you had to do is go to Vanderbilt and win the game. All you had to do is go to Oklahoma and win that game. Win one of those two games. Don't get it. That's all you got to do. You were better, but were you better? I mean, at the end of the day, it's the scoreboard. You are what the scoreboard says you are. And if you don't win those games, then you don't deserve to be there, even though you might be, quote unquote, better, than this other team. A lot of people felt like if Alabama and Indiana played in the middle of the country, Alabama would have been a double-digit favorite. Not the point. You went to Vandy, got beat. You went to Oklahoma, got beat. So, I
were
get that
favored in
part
those
of it.
games too.
Big games that they were favored in. Yeah. Anthony Herron with us here. All right, to the teams themselves. Let's start with Michigan, because this is an enigma here with Michigan. They stumble around for most of the season, and then they finished, beat Ohio State, beat Alabama in the bowl game. And it would seem to be that they go into this year on a little bit of a high. Got a young quarterback that everybody seems to love. Is Michigan a thing? Where are we on Michigan? Because everybody's talking about Penn State, Ohio State. I get that, but what about Michigan?
I mean, there's a triumvirate at the top of the Big Ten that's no doubt. You got Penn State, Oregon, Ohio State. Those are the three top teams in the Big Ten going into the season. From there, that fourth team is really up for discussion. And Michigan is one of the teams in that conversation, but is it Michigan? Is it Illinois? Some people are saying it's Indiana. Largely, I would say, because of how impressed they were with Kurt Cignetti in year one. I would say Nebraska could deserve some mention in there. But the Michigan Wolverines, they've lost so much talent to the National Football League the last couple of years. Fortunately, the majority of what they've lost to the NFL has been on the line of scrimmage and at tight end, and that's where they reload best. What's unique about Michigan's spot this year, it really intrigues me. I'm fascinated to see what direction the Wolverines go on offense. It's not going to be very possible for them to go much lower in passing the football than they've been. But you think back to when Ryan Day first showed up in Columbus and was calling plays for Urban Meyer with the Buckeyes. He was in a position where he revitalized the way that Ohio State threw the football. And so between being the coordinator for a few seasons and then taking over as the head coach, it's just kind of a given at this point where we just view Ohio State as this program with a first-round pick at quarterback and multiple first-round receivers and some of the statistically most spectacular passing attacks in the country. Ohio State was always awesome before Ryan Day got there, but they haven't been that in passing the football. They haven't been that at the quarterback position until Ryan Day showed up. So spin that forward to Sharon Moore right now. Sharon Moore was able to modernize Michigan's offense and help Jim Harbaugh operate offensively in a way that led them to 3 straight Big Ten titles and a national championship. It wasn't because the passing attack expanded in the same way it did in Columbus, but now there is an opportunity after having a 5-star QB and J.J. McCarthy become a first-round pick last year. Now you've got a prospect at quarterback in Bryce Underwood that's even more well-regarded than J.J. McCarthy was, and he's going to be more likely to start early in his career. J.J. McCarthy never started a game as a true freshman. He rotated in and out, but he never started a game. Bryce Underwood, I don't know if it's going to be opening day, but he'll certainly be in the conversation to become a starter at some point, I believe, early in the season for the Maize and Blue. If he does, what is Michigan's offense? What does Michigan's passing attack really do? Because apparently a lot of money got spent to get this guy to Ann Arbor. If you're putting that kind of investment in him, I would think you want to see what he's capable of.
You ran off 5 or 6 Big Ten team names right there and didn't even say USC. I mean, how the mighty have fallen. I mean, what's the number for Lincoln Riley, who won a ton of games at Oklahoma, couldn't get him over the hump. But if they're an 8-4 team, is Lincoln Riley the coach anymore? I mean, what is the story there? Because that's USC. That's a legacy team there.
Yeah. So his saving grace in, I think, most scenarios will be that there's still a sizable buyout that's there, and I don't think the athletic department wants to absorb that unless they're just in a position where they really had to for some reason. But beyond that, competitively, I will say this. I think that USC's roster is as fortified as it's ever been while Lincoln Riley's been the coach. Now, this is year 4 for him. You think about what the landscape of the sport was when he first showed up. You'd think a handful of years ago when they get rid of Clay Helton, Lincoln Riley's on the way in, and it felt like there was this big capital investment that was going into Trojans football because they were willing to pay the big payday to get Lincoln Riley in there. And then the entire world shifted in college football, where now you had NIL and the transfer portal and these collectives. And so a lot of other programs were able to infuse not only sort of the traditional capital of, hey, we can pay the coaches a lot of money. Isn't that cool? We'll build a new facility. USC had new facilities on the way. They paid Lincoln Riley. But then the world shifted where everyone else could start paying the players big bucks also, legally, So that was different for USC. But we've seen them now bolster the roster over the last couple of years here. And, of course, bolstered the coaching staff as well. Danton Lynn, stealing him from UCLA, paying him some big money. So top to bottom, this is as ready as USC's roster could be. Frankly, the only spot where I would say there is a significant question, I shouldn't say the only spot, but the biggest and most important spot where there is a significant question, oddly enough, for a Lincoln Riley team, is at quarterback, because we don't really know what Jaden Mayava is capable of. We've seen some flashes, but can he be one of those stud QBs? Can he be a potential Heisman finalist, as we've just come to expect from Lincoln Riley at both institutions where he's been the head coach and offensive play caller? He just churns out Heisman finalists at QB. He told me yesterday, Mayava is as competitive as any QB he's been around, loves his physical gifts, and now he's had another season to really work with him and get him entrenched in this offense. He believes he'll have a bigger, more physical, more formidable offensive line, that he'll be more capable of running the football consistently, and he loves his line of scrimmage. He's gotten bigger over the last 2 years, and whether you're talking just facing the Oregon Ducks or you're talking the week in, week out rigors of the Big Ten, USC being bigger up front on both lines should pay dividends for the Trojans. But, there's a lot of wait and see for me with Lincoln Riley, because what I haven't seen him do, as great as he's been with quarterbacks and passing football, I want to see if he can truly develop the talent that's on this roster and have a team that was either young or maybe wasn't getting their full potential. And can Lincoln Riley have them ascend and emerge? Because all those close losses last season that they had the lead in every game last year. And a number of them they lost late and ended up losing in victory. But it wasn't like they were getting blown out. Can those turn to victory? In my mind, a lot of that is about developing your roster. And that's where the continued development of Lincoln Riley as a roster developer, I need to see that, and then I'll really be bought in.
All right, our listeners in Tennessee want to know what kind of a difference does Nico make for UCLA, because they still got a lot of other holes. It feels like they're still a 7-5 team no matter what. But what's your impression of Nico to going home to UCLA and taking a pay cut to do it?
I gotta say this: just being there with him yesterday on the hoof, bigger than I realized. I knew he was kind of tall, but he's got a frame that is very obviously going to continue to fill out as he physically matures more. He really seemed very comfortable and confident in himself, and he seemed really excited about the opportunity for this homecoming that we're talking about here, to get back in front of that Cali crowd. And his head coach, Deshaun Foster, you think back to a year ago at this time, there's a lot of folks laughing at him because, he got the head coaching gig very late in the cycle, had barely had an opportunity to even, he had left for the National Football League. He was going to go be the running back coach with the Raiders. He comes back because Chip Kelly leaves late in the process after the carousel starts back up for coaches in a way that nobody really anticipated. And so he's thrust into being the head coach at his beloved alma mater at a time where nobody knew that was about to happen, least among those him. And so he wasn't ready for that. And he got to media days last year, uttered a couple of sentences, and then just pretty much, just started fielding questions before he stumbled away from the podium. He's not a big personality at all. He's not this big public orator, but he's gotten better at that. And you look at the development of how that team operated last season, where there were some early embarrassments. There were some early season performances where a lot of folks who just assumed Deshaun Foster wouldn't know what he was doing said, all right, that's the proof in the pudding. But month by month, the team got better every month of the season in the same way Deshaun Foster developed the running back position. So many guys who were maybe under-recruited or unrecruited who became better football players and went to the NFL from his leadership at that position. He did the same thing with that team as a whole last year. And I was so impressed with watching the way UCLA ascended by the end of the season last year. So Nico Iamaleava, as long as he's showing up, putting the work in, just like everyone else is there in Westwood, that's really sort of the principle that Deshaun Foster puts in place because he did it at such a high level himself as a player for so long. And I do believe Nico seems really invested in trying to make this program as great as it can be. So 7-5, throwing that out there, I think that's an excellent season because the Bruins have a brutal schedule. So if they can make a bowl in year 2 for where that athletic department is and where Deshaun Foster's at in his development as a head coach, that'd be a great season.
All right, Anthony also does work for the Chicago Bears, post-game stuff and so on. Before I let you go, what you think about Ben Johnson ripping the offense, the first-team offense off the field after on the first day of practice? Just get out of here. All of you, just get out of here. You can't get lined up. You're not reading stuff right. This guy ain't messing around, man. I kind of love it.
Yeah, that's just who he is as a personality, man. It's interesting because everyone I spoke to initially in Detroit when the Bears first hired him said, well, he wasn't the guy in Detroit that had to stand at the front of the room. He wasn't the guy in Detroit that had to be in front of, big groups of the team. He wasn't even always the guy dressing the full offense while he was the OC, let alone the full team. So some folks, they knew he was very detailed. They knew he was very competitive, even somewhat fiery. But he's had a command of the room with the team. He's had a command of the room with the media and a comfort as a new public figure that a lot of folks didn't really know was there within him because Dan Campbell was the personality, was the magnitude, for everything in Detroit. So he's handled himself about like now that we're getting to know him about as expected so far. I do wonder if he has another gear. This is a roster of players that didn't have a coach and a coaching staff that held them to account last year with Matt Eberflus. They didn't really hone in on details very frequently. So I think it's a great thing here early that Ben Johnson is being extremely demanding of details, and he should have a veteran enough team that will respond well to that. But you know how long NFL seasons can get, man. This thing can start to drag. Training camp can start to get long. If he's just kind of showing up, ready to bite kneecaps every single day, I think he's going to have to find an off-speed pitch at some point here before he wears guys thin.
Yeah, he might be looking for a Jared Goff type guy out there, some meat and quarterback that he could turn into a star if Caleb Williams doesn't come correct. That's for sure. All right, man. Always great to talk to Anthony Herron. He does a fantastic job for the Big Ten Network. Tell the listeners where they can find you on the Big Ten Network and doing everything that you do, and games that you're doing this year as well.
Yeah, Big Diggity. They can find me on social media at Big Ant Herron. I'll be doing games and studio shows for the Big Ten Network throughout the fall. So on Saturdays, I know the initial portion of my schedule, I'll have a doubleheader coming up in week 1. I'm going to open up at Camp Randall. We didn't even get around to talking about Luke Fickell in Wisconsin. You think about how excited everyone was about that Luke Fickell hire. Now in year 3, his record just hasn't been that impressive yet. So I got a Thursday nighter at Camp Randall. Then I'll have Barry Odom. So I'm sure some of your listeners know his coaching tenure between the SEC and the Mountain West and now in the Big Ten. I'll have him on that first Saturday. I'll have the Nebraska Cornhuskers, Matt Rule, same exact record as Luke Fickell through 2 years, but a lot more excitement around Huskers football right now. Week 3, I got my Hawkeyes. So I know my initial few weeks of the season, and then from there, it's just kind of the horse trading that happens between the various networks.
Nice. And then on the Big Ten radio network, you're doing a morning show. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yep, that's right. On channel 372, we got Big Ten Radio. I'm on there every morning, weekday mornings from 7 to 10 a.m. Central Time. So on channel 372, anyone can check it out there. If you don't happen to listen to it live, just download the SiriusXM app. You can catch the show there.
Always good, man. Anthony Herron. All right, man. I appreciate you as always. We'll talk throughout the season.
Big dog. Thanks, brother. Have a great weekend.
All right, man. Thank you. It's a great job with him. Now, see, we got it was a little acrimony at the beginning there. See, I was trying to defend the SEC. He was making his case with the Big Ten. I like that. I mean, we got the poll question up. I mean, would you rather everybody be holding hands singing Kumbaya, or would you rather, you know what? This is our conference. You do you, we'll do us, and we'll see you in December. Okay? All right, how about that? We'll see you in December. Personally, I'd love to see like an SEC Big Ten showdown the first weekend of the season. Do like the like they do in basketball, the ACC, SEC challenge or something like that. Of course, the SEC would have to have 18 teams. Well, could there be something stirring there? We'll explain next. It's a Thom Abraham Show.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Thom Abraham here for my friend Mike Owen at Owen Home Appliance Center. You know it's hot outside, so cool down with an upright or chest freezer in stock at Owen Home Appliance Center. And don't let those beverages get hot. Get an under-counter ice machine with a built-in pump for just $12.99. Or how about a fridge out by the pool or in the garage for extra cold drinks? You can get a scratch and dent 18 cubic foot refrigerator for just $3.49 while supplies last. Go to OwenAppliance.com to learn more. That's OwenAppliance.com.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where AFS comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at afsrepair.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Hey folks, Bob Baumhauer here. We're extremely proud that Baumhauer's Victory Grill has been serving Alabama for 43 legendary years. Our motto is legendary fun, legendary food, and we strive to make every dining experience a special one for all of our guests. Our menu features delicious, always fresh and scratch-made in-house recipes. And of course, our award-winning wings and sauces. And don't forget, our happy hour and halftime daily specials cannot be beat. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
If hunting and outdoor recreation are your passions, it all starts with the right property. That's where I come in. I am Bo Butler with Southland Realty and Auction, a hunting and recreational land specialist and a Jackson County native who sees land through a hunter's eyes. Just as you trust your guide on a big game hunt, you can trust me to find the perfect property for you. Thinking of selling? Let me help you make your land attract buyers. Remember, Bo knows land. Call me at 256-609-0512.
You've seen those beautiful epoxy floors in a garage or carport area and have probably wondered, how can I get that done? Well, the answer is Lifetime Epoxy Floors. Lifetime Epoxy Floors is an A-plus rated business with the Better Business Bureau and has been family-owned for over 14 years. They do both residential and commercial applications and get most jobs done in a day. Lifetime Epoxy Floors' motto is, we love what we do, and it shows. Visit LifetimeEpoxyFloors.com to schedule a free estimate today and check them out on Facebook.
By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
It's the Ford Summer Sales Event at Woody Anderson Ford. Hey folks, Bobby White back again, and I'm here to tell you now is the time to get the Ford you've been thinking about. From 0 down leases to 0% financing, we've got it going on this summer. Woody Anderson Ford has financing as low as 0% for 48 months, plus 0 down payment, plus 0 payments for 90 days, plus 2-year 25,000-mile complimentary maintenance. You can choose a 2025 Escape, F-150, Explorer, or a Mustang. Or how about 0 down lease, $499 a month for a 2025 Explorer, F-150, or Bronco, and just $399 a month for Bronco Sport, Mustang, and Escape. Again, these are 0 down with complimentary maintenance too. This is a 36-month lease with 0 down, 0 security deposit, just tax, tag, title, and your good credit. These offers end 9/2/25. It's our Woody Anderson Ford Summer Sales Event, so hurry on down. I'm Bobby White, and I hope to see you soon.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the Tom Abraham Show is brought to you by Your Home Window, because you know when it comes to replacement windows or exterior doors or new window screens, Your Home Window is the answer anywhere in Huntsville, Athens, Decatur, and Hartselle. And right now they've got the 4th of July sale going on. Now it's already going on through the end of July. You get 40% off on all windows and 45% off on all doors. Visit yourhomewindow.com to make an appointment today. A lot of great college fight songs there being played by Joe. More college today than NFL. I love it. All right, phone lines are open if you want to get in. 256-576-4977. By the way, for those of you listening in Winchester, greatest fight song in the history of fight songs, though, right there, by the way, that Notre Dame fight song. Wish they would put grass back in that stadium and make it the way it should be, and that would warm the cockles of my heart. Coming up tonight, again for you art lovers, coming up at the Abraham Gallery on the Square in Winchester tonight. That's right. That's the family owns that gallery there. My daughter Kristen, who's an outstanding nationally known artist, runs it for us there. And coming up tonight from 5 to 8. It'll be an artist reception for Carly Karn, who is a well-known artist, and her work will be displayed there. And also my daughter Kelly Joyner, the singer, she will be performing there as well. I think she's performing upstairs at the gallery as well. Now we'll be heading over there ourselves. We're going to go to Jefferson's with some friends for dinner. So if you see us at Jefferson's, come on over and say hello. And then we're going to go right next door. The gallery is right next door to Jefferson's. So we'll go right next door to Jefferson's, hang out a little bit, listen to my daughter sing a little bit, look at the artwork from Carly Karn, the featured artist there at the gallery. And then from there, we're coming over to the house to play some cards with our friends. So there you go. So you can check that out. Would love to see you guys there. All right, let's get to the lines with LSU Lynch. LSU Lynch, welcome to the show. How are you?
Son, how are you? How are you?
I am fantastic. I am great.
It's dark today, don't it? Grumpy, I love hearing him. We've missed you, son.
Yeah.
Did Paulie in the Cape call in yet?
We have not heard yet from Paulie in the Cape. If Paulie knew that there was a trifecta going on today, I'm sure he would be in. And but he'll catch on here soon enough.
Yeah, we need to start hearing from him. We're getting close, son. We're getting close. I'm going to tell you what, if you not ate at the Carteles and everything, Mexican Cantina, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And if
it
I
was
say
good. It was
it's
good
awesome,
time.
then it means it's awesome. The food comes out hot. I'm talking hot. So, yeah.
It was good. Good to see your two sons. Man, they've grown a lot since last year. They both look sturdy. I thought
Carson was my youngest. Carson, he's a senior. That's not mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought they were both your sons. Okay. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
And Carson, he's a senior. He's starting kicker, I think linebacker, something else.
Mm-hmm.
So he plays quite a few positions. Pretty awesome young man.
So friend of the family.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Him and my son are great friends.
All right.
Let's do the trifecta and let somebody get back on. Let's start being a loser today.
All right, here we go. This will all build towards the grand trifecta. Those of you that are just jumping in now, it's the beginning of the future fecta. We'll do this for 5 weeks. Each week we'll have 4 teams with the over or under win total in the regular season only. Just to reset, all of this leads towards the VIP experience at the TransPerfect Music City Bowl. You can win tickets to that December 30th at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. And all you got to do is give us a call or a text and give us the following, and we start with Texas at over or under 9.5 wins.
We'll go to over.
I don't know what that was all about, but I will tell you this. Don't mess with Texas.
Georgia over or under 9.5 wins.
I'm like you. I think they're going 10, so that'll be over.
Bama over or under 9.5 wins.
That'd be an under, Tom.
Roll time. Okay. And wow, if they're 9-3 again, I know there could be some rumblings. And then Tennessee over or under 8.5.
Suck it, Rocky Top. Y'all going under, son.
I can assure you that the gap is closing.
By the way, LSU will be on there next week. If you're wondering, where's the Auburn Tigers? Next week, I didn't want to have, all your most interested teams. I'm going to split them between this week and next week. So next week we'll have LSU, Auburn, Vandy, and Ole Miss. Okay, those will be on the next week. All right, we'll stay with the lines. It's Wolverine Dan. I thought he went to someplace. I don't know. He's traveling all the time now. I thought he's in the mountains of North Carolina or something. Wolverine Dan, welcome in. How are you?
No, I'm still here, man. I'm still getting therapy.
Okay.
I got a steroid shot today, bro.
Nice. Well, you're going to be even more yoked.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I had it about maybe an hour and a half ago, and man, I'm starting to feel better, man.
Maybe we'll go get in the gym.
I got some over-the-counter meds that are steroids, so yeah man, I feel like Hulk Hogan. No, I shouldn't say that. I'm sorry. No.
If you feel like Hulk Hogan, you got problems. That's what I'm saying,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm stoked, man. I got a great doctor. It's Dr. Vinny Boombox.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually, it's Dr. Anthony. I'm not going to tell the name of the place because they don't think they sponsor with you. So, but anyway, let's do this pick if you don't mind.
Texas over or under 9.5.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
I don't know what that was all about, but I will tell you this. Don't mess with Texas.
All right. Georgia over under 9.5.
Oh, how about those dogs? For Steve Moulton, I'm going over, baby.
Georgia's got pretty good players.
How about Bama over or under 9.5?
Definitely under, and he's going to be on the hot seat. It's done. He's toast. Put a fork in him.
I don't have anything else to say about it. So don't ask.
So for Steve Moulton, you go over on Georgia, but for me, you go under on Alabama.
No,
okay, I feel you. I know. You said what you said. I know. I feel you.
Wait a minute. You're the guy that likes Green Bay Packers. They don't like the Lions.
Like the Packers. I do like the Packers. All right, Tennessee over or under 8.5.
Yeah, they're going to suck this year. Let's go under.
Evolve for life.
All right. We got you in, brother.
All right, man. Hey, it's all
have a
good,
great weekend.
bro. Yeah, man. I appreciate you. Everybody out there, stay safe. See you.
All right. Enjoy the mountains. Good job by him. Coach Ty is up next. Coach Ty, welcome to the show. How are you?
Doing good, man. How about yourself?
I am fantastic. Are you a first-timer getting in, Ty, or you been in before?
I've been in before under another name, but I just changed it up because I'm a high school baseball coach. So,
okay. Where do you coach at?
I'm coaching at Columbia this upcoming season,
Okay.
but I was part of the JP2 coaching staff in the past.
All right. So you got old Sammy Coates over there trying to win a football game for them.
Oh, yes, sir.
See if that works out. All right. You want to
We'll
get in
hope
on this
so.
deal?
Yes, sir.
All right. Texas is over or under 9.5.
Over.
You don't buy a Lincoln because it makes sense. You do it because you love it. Or because you're an Uber driver.
Everybody is on the over with Texas. Georgia, over or under 9.5.
I'm going to go over on them as well.
Bama, over or under 9.5.
Big Roll Tide. Let's go over on them.
Roll Tide! By the way, that's Charles Barkley dropping the Roll Tide there for you. And Tennessee, over or under 8.5.
Under, man.
I can assure you that the gap is closing.
Now, is that an anti-Tennessee pick, or do you really think they're under?
Quarterback situation.
Yeah. All right, Ty, we got you in, man.
I appreciate it. Have a good weekend, man.
Thanks, you too. All right, so if you want to get in, 256-576-4977, you can always text your picks in 24/7, and you can get them in at any time. I prefer that you get them in this week, because then all of a sudden you send me them all at once, 5 weeks from now. You try and do it weekly, but the text window is 732-982-7469. It always works if you want to get them texted in as well. Ichiro, CeCe Sabathia, Billy Wagner going into the Hall of Fame, along with Dave Parker and Dick Allen, who are no longer with us, but they will be in the Hall of Fame. So, Joe, you're a seam head. I'm a seam head. Jason Stark says that there are 7 guys playing in baseball right now that are mortal locks for the Hall of Fame. Let's see if you agree with Jason Stark. We'll start with the 3 pitchers, okay? Clayton Kershaw, Justin Verlander, and Max Scherzer. We're looking at Hall of Fame pitchers. Yay or nay?
Oh yeah, those were I'd already looked at them. I was all right. That's what I was. Those are going to be the 3 that I was going to name. So yeah, absolutely there.
So they're locks. Now some people might poo-poo this a little bit. They shouldn't. I know the guy's been injured a lot over the last 5 years. Mike Trout, Hall of Famer though, no doubt.
100%. I mean, he's going to go in, and honestly, I'd genuinely hope that at some point in time in his career, he goes somewhere that can win a championship. I know that the Angels are trying to get better talent, but he's already been in the league, 15 years? I mean, he doesn't have much time left, and he's getting a little bit more. I think it is 15 seasons that he's been in, and I don't think that he's got very many seasons left with as many injuries as he continues to have, unless he goes strictly DH or to first base.
You know where he's from, don't you?
Philly.
Like true. He's from Philly, New Jersey, Philly area, but my understanding was he was a Yankees fan as a kid. I'm just saying. I didn't know nothing. I'm just saying they're just saying. I said
he wants to win a championship, not get there and lose it.
I don't care where he goes, or I want Mike Trout to play 150 games just one more time. That's all I want. I just want to see the dude play 150 games for his sake. And if it's DH, and it's DH. All right, here's another lead pipe lock Hall of Famer, Freddie Freeman.
Championship, absolutely. Batting average, Gold Gloves. I would say I would say yes on that.
I would agree.
There's a couple of more that are not there yet, but depending on one healthy season, I think that they could get there. But
I think Freddie's in there.
Freddie's in. I think he's in. The one that I'm curious about is if Giancarlo Stanton can get to 500 home runs, but he is way too injured. The other one is Manny Machado, because he's been in the league for 14 years.
He's coming. Manny Machado is on Jason Stark's red zone. He's on the list of guys that are just on the edge with like Bryce Harper, Nolan Arenado, Manny Machado, Paul Goldschmidt, Jose Altuve, who will get held out a little bit for a minute because of the controversy with the Astros cheating. I mean to say cheating. And then Shohei Ohtani, who just isn't at the 10-year mark. When he gets to the 10-year mark, he's fine. But go ahead.
That's the only thing. And honestly, if tomorrow something happened to Shohei Ohtani, I could truly see an exemption made for him. I mean, because of you're talking about a generational player that has totally changed the game enough where Major League Baseball changed a rule for him specifically so that he could play. Like, they don't just do that for, anybody.
I don't think that the Hall of Fame would change that. But, that's a good question. I did shows at the Hall of Fame. I got some guys at the Hall of Fame that I know. That would be a good question to ask them. If Shohei Ohtani had a career-ending injury 7 years into his career, would they put that in? Let me give you the other two that Jason Stark say are now in. Mookie Betts. I'm good with that. Out of Nashville. Mookie Betts. I think he's a Hall of Famer. And then, of course, Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge, now that he hit the 10-year mark, Aaron Judge is in.
Yeah, I could say I agree on Aaron Judge. I think that a lot of people would want to see him with the championship before they do say it, but it's from a stat standpoint. He's been extremely consistent. Obviously, I call him the home run king. He has 62 home runs in 2022. I could absolutely see it with that. With Mookie, absolutely multi-time World Series champion. Yeah. He's literally one of the greatest teammates that you could have. He would literally just walk up to a coach and say, okay, what position do you need me to play at? And he would go learn it. So, I could see that as well with him.
With Judge, if he doesn't win a championship, I can – okay. It takes 9. It takes pitching. It takes 12, 15 guys. So I'm okay if he doesn't win a championship. I really would like to see him, though, have a good postseason. All right? Whether they don't win a championship or not, at least have a good postseason. Stop being a 125 hitter in the postseason. That's all I want to. If he has a big postseason and they don't win, so be it. But at least have a big postseason.
I think that if he continues on the pace that he's playing at right now, I think he's at like 352 home runs. Yeah. Him hitting 50 home runs over the course of the next couple of seasons is not really out of the question with the way that he hits in that stadium he plays in.
He'll scare 600. He'll scare 600.
If he stays healthy and he takes advantage of the DH position as well, he could if him staying on the field, he could hit 600 and possibly more.
Yeah. All right, we'll grab a break. We'll come back. Matt, stay there. I might get you in on the other side. We'll come back and wrap it up next right here on the Thom Abraham Show.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show with Joe Hunk on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
Atlanta Braves today on the road to the Texas Rangers open up a weekend series at Globe Life Field. Joey Wentz on the mound for Atlanta, $1.42 underdog. Nathan Eovaldi with the Rangers, he's the $1.73 favorite. 8 flat the total. The NASCAR weekend in Indianapolis gets underway with a truck race tonight at Lucas Oil Raceway. It's Ty Majeski and Corey Heim, the plus 240 co-favorites. Kyle Larson plus 135 to win the Xfinity Series race tomorrow. Larson and Denny Hamlin are the 5-1 co-favorites to win Sunday's Brickyard 400. Ryan Blaney plus 750. William Byron plus 850.
For more, go to VSIN.com. Mike Sennett, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
The state's largest orthopedic group is growing to meet the needs of the patients in our community. The Orthopedic Center has long been the most trusted name in orthopedics in North Alabama. So as our area continues on the fast track, so does the need for premier orthopedic care anywhere and anytime you need it. TOC is proud to announce the opening of our new locations in Albertville and Hampton Cove, along with the grand opening of our newest office in Decatur. These clinics will offer the same high-quality orthopedic care you have come to associate with TOC, with the convenience of being closer to home. As a patient, your time is your most precious asset, and we recognize that at TOC. That's why we are also proud to announce the opening of our urgent ortho clinics to handle those bumps and bruises that need prompt attention. These clinics are available to care for acute orthopedic injuries with no appointment necessary. With 38 physicians, 20 centers of excellence, and now more than a dozen locations to serve you, TOC will continue to be the name you turn to for the best orthopedic care at the right time. Visit our website at visittoc.com for more information. TOC, helping you live a better life.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed a musty smell in your home? I hope not, because damp smells mean that you could have a crawl space problem. That's where AFS comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to waterproof your crawl space and get to the root cause of the problem. Schedule your free inspection at afsrepair.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
If hunting and outdoor recreation are your passions, it all starts with the right property. That's where I come in. I am Bo Butler with Southland Realty and Auction, a hunting and recreational land specialist and a Jackson County native who sees land through a hunter's eyes. Just as you trust your guide on a big game hunt, you can trust me to find the perfect property for you. Thinking of selling? Let me help you make your land attract buyers. Remember, Bo knows land. Call me at 256-609-0512.
When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here have trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Your Fox 54 weather, brought to you by Tellini's Italiano.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly to partly sunny sky this afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the low and mid-90s. A couple of isolated, widely scattered showers and thunderstorms are going to be possible, but I also think the vast majority of us are going to end up staying dry. We drop into the mid-70s through the overnight. Much the same for your Friday. A mostly to partly sunny sky. Temperatures climbing into the low 90s. A couple of isolated, widely scattered showers and thunderstorms.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the show is brought to you by Owen Home Appliance Center. You know, it's kind of hot outside, so you might want to cool down with an upright or chest freezer, which are in stock at Owen Home Appliance Center right now. And don't let those beverages get hot. Get yourself an under-counter ice machine. You can get a built-in pump for just $12.99. Or maybe you need a fridge out by the pool or in the garage to keep those drinks cold. You can get a scratch and dent 18-cubic-foot refrigerator for just $3.49 while supplies last. Go to owenappliance.com to learn more. And welcome back, Thom Abraham Show. All right, I mentioned the SEC and how nice it would be if the SEC had 18 like the Big Ten has 18, and then they would play 9 maybe. And then maybe they could match up for a little SEC Big Ten challenge. Well, there's a story that's floating around out there that North Carolina is interested in joining the SEC. That North Carolina has started snooping around about joining the SEC. Now, what did Bill Belichick mean to North Carolina football? North Carolina, I said North Carolina, has not only sold out all their season tickets, then they put their individual game tickets on sale and sold all of those out as well. You cannot get a ticket to a North Carolina home football game now. Bill Belichick. That's what Bill Belichick meant. Is you cannot get a ticket to a North Carolina home football game. And it was that story earlier in the week about Nick Saban and potentially going to the NFL. And some people said, look, Bill Belichick will coach in the NFL before Nick Saban does. Nick Saban is not going to go coach in the NFL. It's not happening. He didn't like it when he was there 20 years ago. He's not going there now. He doesn't need the aggravation. It would be very interesting if North Carolina were to come to the SEC. Who comes with them? Clemson? That would be my choice. Florida State? I'd rather have Clemson and Florida State instead of North Carolina. North Carolina, does Duke have to come with them or NC State? I'm going to watch that story develop. North Carolina's interest in the SEC. All right. Our first trifecta of the new season. That went well. Have yourself a great weekend. We're looking forward to a big Monday. Until then, see you later, everybody.
This is SportsCenter. I'm Christine Lee.